I'm Zack and I'm 22 years old, born and raised in Fernie, BC on November 8, 1991.
And I'm Evan Burgess.
I'm 21 years old from Joffrey, BC, born on February 12, 1992.
And we met about 6 or 7 years ago in 2007 when we played midget hockey together in Cranbrook, BC.
Following year I moved in with Zack and his family. We played junior beat hockey for the Fernie Ghost Riders. I lived with him and his family for 2 years.
I'm in a Bachelor's in Management degree majoring in Finance at University of Lethbridge.
I'm a full-time hunting guide. My favorite thing to hunt is cougars with the hounds. And here's a pretty cool little story about Zack's first cougar hunt with me.
So Evan finally convinces me that we're going to go cougar hunting when he was living with me. So I was pretty nervous and pretty scared. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It seems like you're walking into a little bit of a death trap. But I'm going out with Mr. Grizzly Adams here. So he's like, you know, I think that he knows what he's doing out there. So, and I definitely thought he'd be bringing a gun. But anyways, we get out there and we're driving around the roads out here in Jaffrey, BC, looking for a cougar at about 6 a.m. and we find a cougar track that we'd like to tree. So how it works is you kind of just bring your hound dogs out there. They smell the scent and then they follow the tracks, and eventually they catch up to the cougar. Cougar goes up the tree and he takes some pictures. So we're sitting there waiting, and I look over at Evan. I'm like, so what kind of gun did you bring? And he's like, I didn't bring a gun. You know, Mr. Serious. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't bring a gun? He's like, well, you don't really need a gun. And I'm like, we're going cougar hunting without a gun. And he looks at me and he says, look, Zack. He says, you got a knife on your hip. I was packing a knife right here, and I'm like, yeah. And he says, if anything goes wrong and a cougar comes at us, he says, just go for the cougar's throat. Like, as serious could be. I looked at him, I said, are you kidding me? I said, I apologize right now, because if a cougar comes at us, there's no way I'm going to be going for its throat. I'm probably going to pass out. So anyways, I don't know how, but he convinces me that we're going to go. So we get out there, we let our dogs go, and we walk into kind of an area, you know, a bit bigger than a living room, and we're sitting there. Just waiting and, you know, looking at the GPS, waiting until the dogs have chased the cat up the tree, and we'll hike in there. And Evan says, oh look, there's one of your dogs, and about 15-20 feet away, I look over and there's a cougar sitting there walking, looking at us, just staring. So I got my knife out right away, I'm ready to go. And Evan says, don't freak out. And I'm like, I'm freaking out, man. And he says, now look down. I look down, this car that we're leaning on, is the den of this cougar, and she's got 2 little kittens. The kittens are literally standing on Evan's feet. From that point on, I blacked out, but Evan said I just started running until I got into bush so thick I was stuck like this. I couldn't move, I lost my tooth, my gloves, everything. Finally, I gathered my composure and came back, and the dog actually turned around and, you know, chased the cougar up the tree, and we got some really cool pictures. But just a quick story about, you know, how crazy this guy is and our relationship, and we think that we'd be great contenders on the Amazing Race Canada.
Holy.
You get that on video? You get that on video? I did. Did you? I did.